Welcome to the Popcorn Clash.
When the only thing poppin'
is our topics
and our snacks.
Welcome back to the Popcorn Clash, and today's topic is
Phobias.
Urban legends.
and fears.
Now this is gonna be a very, very interesting topic. I mean, just think about it. Urban legends.
I don't like urban legends. I don't like to think about them.
Well, they're pretty scary and spooky. Not all of them, but most of them. They're very interesting because they happened like years ago, but to today's date, they're still scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like just like where it takes place too, like where the urban legend takes place, like just thinking about the locations.
The location, it could
Or
be
the haunted locations and
the city, the country, the state. You know, it's a very, very interesting topic, and the fears and phobias. I mean, Eddie, what is your phobia?
I think
Spiders. I'm gonna have to go with spiders for 500.
this is Jeopardy.
Oh,
500 spiders. Now, when you say spiders, you say one spider or you say 500 spiders?
oh, like it was like a little tiny spider. Then I'll probably like, well, depending on like how big it is, and I'll be scared of it, or sometimes I'll just be like die. But then,
daddy long legs, those spiders. Are they scary? The ones with the really, really long legs?
no, not really. I don't really think they bite, or maybe they do, but I don't think they hurt.
But are you scared of them?
No, not really. They're also easy to kill.
See now
But if there's like a bunch of them, then yeah.
that's the difference between me and you. Whenever I see like the tiniest little spider, I freak out and have so much anxiety. My heart races, my palms get sweaty, and just thinking about killing it, like I get so much anxiety by it. It's like I can't with spiders, any kind of spiders.
Okay, so if you see a spider in your room, who kills it?
My mom.
me.
You're
That
not
woman
afraid of
right
you're
there.
not afraid of spiders or what?
No.
Wait till we get to her.
Yeah, wait till you. I mean, it's weird how you're not afraid of spiders, but you have a different phobia. But we'll get to you right now. Let's finish up with Eddie. Eddie, now, if there's a spider in your room, who kills it?
Well, if it's small, then I'll probably kill it. But if it's like on a ceiling or something, then like, no, I call on Mama too. But
Yeah.
I remember this one time I was playing with my Legos and there was a spider in them.
And then what did
Inside
you do?
the Legos?
Yeah, and you want to know how I killed it?
How?
I grabbed Aquaman's trident and just stabbed it.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
It actually died.
the spider.
Yeah.
Or spider.
Oh, I thought the action figure.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. One time there was a spider in my room. I don't know in our old house, and I think there was like 3 spiders. I would always get so many spiders in my bedroom, and they were up in the ceiling in the corners. And it was like in the middle of the night, and you guys were both sleeping, so I went to Eddie's room and slept in his room.
So
Oh, I remember that one time where I think I was sleeping on the floor in your room for some reason, and then I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw a big black spider in the corner of your room, and I didn't wake you up or anything. I just ran back to my room because it was
you left Crystal sleeping with the spider.
our grandma was staying in her house, so she was sleeping in my bed.
Oh, so that's why you were sleeping in my room.
Yeah,
But then you left me.
yeah.
and where
Wait,
did
that
where did you
spider?
go?
I slept with my grandma. I was small, so I fit on the twin bed.
I see. And Christina, what is your fear? What is your phobia?
My phobia is to mice and rats.
Mice and rats.
Rodents.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I just
How can you be
And
how can you be
I
scared of a little tiny mice and not be scared of a spider?
I don't know. That's so different.
Like what about
crazy.
what about the rodents like that makes you scared? Like the tail, the little tiny
Everything.
hands, like the little
Even
beady
the
eyes.
name, I feel like terrified.
Just
Hey.
hearing rats.
Yes.
Hey, do you remember back in the days when one of my nephews gave me a white mice, and I didn't know that you were scared of them,
Oh,
and I put
yeah.
it
Was
on your
it
neck.
real?
It was a real white
that
mice.
Time,
A mouse?
yeah.
A mouse.
Oh
And a white mouse, and then I grabbed that mouse and I placed it on your mom's neck.
Yeah.
She was about to faint.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What did
I
you
get
do after?
Crazy. Like I was like, no. I feel terrified.
Oh my god.
It was horrible.
What can a white mice with red eyes do to you?
Oh, I don't
They're
know,
actually very
nothing,
cute.
But
They're pretty funny.
no, they're not.
They're very, very, very cute though.
Oh no.
Rats
I
and
cannot
mice.
even see a picture of one. No.
Yeah, you know, when I was studying to be a vet tech, we actually had rats and mice that we had to take care of in our shelter, and I would always love going in there and just playing with them.
Oh no, Crystal. Stop.
But give me a tarantula, and I'll be like,
I think I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, me too. I'm not scared of spiders, but tarantula maybe, yeah.
Oh, a tarantula is harmless. I mean, they're real dumb. I mean, dumb. I mean, when they don't bite, do they? I mean, certain ones.
Yeah.
certain ones, but they have like little microfiber glass, I think, in their bodies that they could, like, if they get scared, they could shoot off of their bodies, and like it goes into your skin.
Yeah,
and it irritates you like crazy.
Yeah, sometimes they do that instead of biting.
I see. So it's like a defense kind
Yeah,
of.
self-defense
Yeah,
type
it's
of
their
thing.
natural defense.
Oh wow.
What about you, Crystal? What's your phobia?
Like I said, spiders. Any kind of spiders, little spiders,
not
big
a mouse?
spiders. No, I would rather go cuddle with the mouse over there
Oh,
than
no, Crystal.
be in a room with a spider. I can't.
Like if someone were to say, "Oh yeah, you're staying in this room and there's like a spider somewhere," no, that's when I would run.
Yeah.
For me, is any type of insect.
Any type?
Maggots, flies, mosquitoes, spiders, centipedes, like those water ones that come out in
On
the
the top.
in the tubs or in those showers.
Oh, what are they called? Earwigs, I think, or something like
I
that.
don't know, but they're very, very scary. Have you ever seen that movie of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Kind of.
When they have to like go through this secret passage where they have to like stick in their hand where there's a lot of insects.
Oh yeah.
I hate that. I hate that
Oh my
scene.
god.
And when they have to actually walk
Uh-huh.
through the insects to get to the other side, that's terrible. That's scary.
And then isn't there also a scene? I don't know if it's the same movie, but like they eat insects.
They eat them?
That one, there is some movies where they eat insects. I don't know if that's the one though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen something like that where they grab them and they bite them and they like if they're
Ew.
snacking like in peanuts and something like that. Yeah.
People actually do that, like for snacks. Like even grasshoppers. Do grasshoppers
yeah.
creep you out? Have you seen one?
You know what? In Mexico, when I was a little kid, I was kind of a mean. I would grab the grasshoppers and
Really?
pull their legs.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was being mean in my part, but you know, but no, I
Don't creep you out as
I
much?
wasn't scared as much, but then I just got scared suddenly, and now that I'm older, I'm like very, very scared of spiders. I wouldn't mess around with spiders.
Oh yeah, me neither.
I don't pass.
Oh, does this also include like scorpions?
Yeah, scorpions, and I know that a snake is not part of being an insect, but it crawls. And whenever we go to Atlanta, in that little forest where we have our yard, there's all types of insects. And trust me, it's not fun when I'm walking in between trailers, and I run into a spider web, and then I see the big huge spider, and that's terrible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
that's
Yeah,
not a good
I mean,
thing.
me just walking outside and, you know, like spider webs, their webs fly or flow through the wind. Whenever I just feel one, I just go like completely crazy and try to like slap it off of me because I feel like there's a spider attached to it.
Yeah, it's it's not a good feeling. But anyways, what do you guys say that we call?
Oh, I do have one worse thing to say.
What's that?
It's more kind of like a fear than a phobia, but like, being outside in the dark alone.
Oh, well, I
Oh,
guess
yeah.
that could be both.
In the dark, like when you say dark, like how dark,
Like in the
like-
middle of the night dark,
or like
Oh.
kind of getting.
or in the middle of the forest dark.
Well, no, it's more kind of just like when I take Rocky outside alone at night.
Well, I mean,
I'm
that
so
makes sense.
pretty.
Like that's a fear.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
pretty scared.
Yeah, because I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
There's
Well-
crazy people outside. That's why.
There is. Well, but it's a fear.
Yeah.
It's a fear. I mean, the dark. You know, especially when there's no moon, right? And it's like it's a cloudy night. There's no moonlight, and
Mhm.
he's walking the dog right here. It's outside the house, but
Yeah,
still,
I'm just in front of the house.
yeah, it's in front of the house, but
But
it's-
still, just being out there alone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where Chase is at that time.
I wonder too.
Anyways, well, I'll tell you what. Let's get our first caller in the line, and it's going to be
Sure.
Leslie.
I wonder where her phobia is.
Probably dust.
What? Dust.
Yeah,
Unorganized
there's
things.
people that there could be clean all day.
Well, yeah,
because
like
it-
OCD people.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello, Leslie. How you doing? We're calling you from the Popcorn Clash
Welcome
again.
back.
Hello, hi guys.
Hey.
So
Are
how you
guys ready
doing?
for the Halloween season?
Oh yeah, we're definitely ready for that. Crystal bought 4 small bags of candy, so we should be fine. I think we're gonna need some more.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
Crystal?
You think?
I
Right.
saw her TikTok.
You know what? Actually, you should add that link of your TikTok in this video because it's pretty funny.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll link it.
Yeah,
You know.
for everybody that we just need everybody to see this video that she made. She's just making fun of her mother. I mean, it's just
It's a comment that my mom made that just blew my mind. But
Oh my God.
it's
Always
funny.
La mama. Uh-huh.
Come on, you gotta admit it was funny.
it
It
is
was
it is
hilarious.
funny. It is funny. I gotta say it is funny.
Even Chase laughed.
Yeah, he was,
Oh my
he
goodness.
did. But Leslie, today's topic is
Phobias
Ooh.
and urban legends.
Ooh.
And fears.
Perfect.
so
my God.
what's yours?
Ooh. I was like, ooh, what is my fear that isn't life? My fear would be claustrophobia. I think that is like my number one thing. I don't know how back in the day with concerts I would be fine, just big crowds, I would be in the middle. Nowadays I kind of stay outside of the crowds
Mm.
and I just kind of observe elevators. If there's like, depending on the size, if there's more than 3-4 people, I'm out of there. If I don't feel air circulating in a room, I start to panic. So because I feel like closed off, so that's like my fear. Like I get in my head like you're suffocating, you're gonna die. So
Oh,
that is
wow.
my fear.
You're gonna
Yeah.
suffocate and you're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
die.
That's also a phobia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claustrophobia.
Yeah. So
yeah,
like
right? Claustrophobic?
Yeah.
Claustrophobic.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. So yeah, I feel so I don't know if Crystal has ever noticed it, but whenever we're in a car, I
Yeah.
roll down my window a little, no matter how cold it is outside, or I just need some fresh air to be
Mm-hmm.
in my airways, because then I'll panic thinking that I'm gonna die in that
Oh
spot.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do notice some situations where you feel like I need to be in a separate room. There's too many people here, or situations like that where you need
You know,
you need
Yeah.
space.
my mother, she's just like that. Whenever she has to go to the doctor to get an exam, and they put her in the what is it, that machine where they
The
enclose you?
MRI.
Oh.
Yeah.
The radiation.
No, it's not. It's not the
The
radiation.
X-ray.
No, it's
The
I think
MRI
it's the
one.
MRI. The MRI one.
Or CAT scan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they put her in there, and according to the doctor, she started to kick because she started to feel desperate that she needed to go out.
Oh.
So
Really?
yeah, so
Yeah, they need to sleep for a little bit.
and I don't know if you notice how when you're driving down the expressways, they have different machines now. Now they sit down on the machine, and that's how they do the studies now, because there's a lot of people just like my mother that they cannot be in an enclosed space like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that. Yeah, I can't. And my dad has something similar to me where he feels whenever I'm at the store with him, I know when he starts to panic, and it's so funny because I'm like, bro, like
It's so funny.
he tries
Oh
to
my
hide
God.
it because he tries to hide it, and like he sweats. And when he feels that there's no air in the store, he starts taking off like layers. Like if he's wearing a jacket or sweater, he starts to take it off. And he tries to look like, all right, like he starts complaining, too many people, it's hot in here, when are we done? So yeah, so I understand him. I'll be like,
wow.
dude, yeah. So I'm like, calm down, I got this. And I let him do like the most minimal movement at that point, and like I have to keep calm. Yeah, so it's like a whole, yeah. But I've noticed that lately, that I've been more aware of my environment, I guess.
All right, now let me ask you this question. Crystal, Eddie, and myself, we hate spiders.
Phobia.
Christina,
Yep.
she hates mice.
Yeah.
So what do you hate?
Ooh.
Or if there is anything
Any insect or anything that you're like, oh no,
that creeps you out
I'm
or
outta here.
freaks you out, like snakes
think-
or
I think for me, I guess I don't think I focus a lot in animals until I guess I'm there. I think my fear is open water.
oh.
So the
Mhm.
ocean, any maybe pools, lakes, rivers, lagoons,
so
ponds.
no swimming with sharks for you.
No, absolutely not. No,
No.
I can have certain plans, but Mother Nature has different plans. Tsunamis, hurricanes happen, so it's just like I am okay on ground.
So you're kind of afraid of deep water or open water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Something that if I don't feel the ground and I don't feel like I'm in control, it's over. Like I panic.
You know what?
So,
You're
yeah.
absolutely right. Remember that one time when we went to that one lake where we got that boat and that we jumped
Yes.
in the water and that the floor.
You saw me on that boat.
Yeah, and the floor was very muddy.
It was
Like,
muddy,
yeah,
it was
the seaweed.
seaweed.
Yeah,
and-
I still remember that to today's date, and I feel the chills.
Wow.
Because
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
know what was touching you. It
knows?
didn't
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
regular ground.
I felt
did
like
feel
if
weird.
Jason was gonna pop out from the crystal
You're
lake.
like,
Yeah.
down.
It's gonna drag you. Yeah.
It's true. It's true
Yeah.
because it felt weird.
It's like when you hang your foot off your bed, you feel like something's gonna like grab
Oh,
your leg.
you'll never see me hanging my foot off my
Oh,
bed.
Crystal, you see a lot of
Yeah,
scary
but you leave your-
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Or
so
like, yep.
I definitely understand what you're saying on that part.
Yeah, I think I've just seen so many movies, and just a fear of drowning. I guess that's what it is too. You'll never see me even in indoor pools. Like they have like the automatic waves. You know how sometimes the waves are huge. You see me all the way at the edge. You always
Yeah,
me
I
on
see
the
that
sand
the
or
water
tanning, like,
the water's to your waist when I see you jumping in the water.
Yep.
Yeah, because I try to go all the way to the deep side, but my legs are not as strong as they were like 25 years ago. So I'm the smart one. I try to stay away just like you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's because you can have a plan of I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna jump all the waves. A wave can come in, drag you, another wave, and no, it's not for me. I see other people do it, and I'm like, go have fun. It's not for me.
Honestly, when I swim, I don't really like feeling the ground.
You don't?
No, not really.
Why?
wow.
I like
little
to float
fish.
more.
You like to float?
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, you took swimming lessons. You're a
Yeah,
fish.
you
Oh,
know how
yeah.
to swim.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't.
Yeah,
forgot
I
that's
don't
why.
either. That's why I said if Mother Nature decides to take us all with water, it was a good run because that's over for me. I can
Oh.
maybe float as long as I can, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any or do you know any urban legends?
Ooh, urban legends. Well, I don't know if you guys touched
We
subject
haven't
on this.
we haven't
Nothing?
talked to we haven't talked about any urban legends yet.
Ooh, okay. So I'm just gonna introduce, the most basic, but I'm not gonna talk about them. The ones that are most common are Barefoot and La Llorona.
Mm-hmm.
We hear so many stories of them, but the one I really found interesting was Slender Man.
I've never heard about
Me neither.
Slenderman.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I've never heard. I know that there's a movie or something, but I thought it was like just a movie and not an urban legend. You know?
This one came to my mind as I heard a mystery, a crime about Slender Man, and I was like, ooh, and it involved young girls, and I was like, wow. So the background about Slender Man, he is a tall, thin man with very long arms and featureless. So it's kind of like the face is white, pale, but there's no features to the face. He wears a dark suit and a tie, and he's normally seen in forest settings. That's his aesthetic, as
Slender
you will.
Man.
Oh.
Is he related to or is he attached to a country or state or
No, maybe I should have looked that up. Maybe here in the U.S., but I don't want to make that. I don't want to claim that it is, but I'm assuming it's the U.S.
okay.
So the way that it started is, well, people were saying that once the Slender Man spots you or follows you in your every move, and it kind of becomes a psychological trap for individuals who spot the Slender Man, you know? And they become paranoid and it gets all in their head and they think that Slender Man is talking to them, making them do violent things, and these people who are paranoid kind of cave in to whatever Slenderman is telling them, and they do what he says to kind of get them off their back. um yeah, so there's like stories about it, and it's interesting. But the way that Slenderman came to be is because there was a Photoshop challenge on that came around 2009 on a site called Something Awful. So this man decided to take a picture of a random picture of, outside, like in the real world, of children running. And he decided to Photoshop Slender Man behind those children. And like he captioned it something creepy, like, don't run away from me, something like that. And so it kind of picked up and people saw it creepy the way it was black and white, and it just looked so real the way that it was Photoshop, in 2009 when technology was kind of picking up more with Photoshop. So people were picking up on this photograph, and then people started photoshopping it even some more. So that picture got around more. People started making up their stories, just like La Llorona. I compare this to La Llorona barefoot. Like, I feel like there's no real concrete, like, facts
Mm-hmm.
that can back it up. And I feel like that's the same thing with Slender Man. There's
Right.
people talking about it seen it, heard it, this and that, but there's no actual fact, you
Right.
know?
So that's what urban legends are. That
Yeah.
that people talk about things or
Mm-hmm.
Stories. And
Make a story.
creatures
and
I also know that they also made I think Slenderman into a game.
really
I think so.
Oh,
Can you tell us more about that?
Uh,
yes.
I don't really know. I think the objective of the game was to like collect pages in this forest. I think in the normal game I think it's 8 pages, and the more pages you collect, the more aggravated he gets. And as long as you don't look at him, he'll leave you alone.
What?
Oh wow.
Oh,
So this is like a real
interesting.
life game that people play?
Yeah.
What?
It's like a real life thing. Like people, I mean, I never heard the story, but there's people who legitimately think this dude is real.
Well, it's like Bigfoot too. Like you hear so many
Yeah.
stories of people going to the forest and trying to find
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Right.
They're trying to
Exactly.
find Slenderman. I actually
Yeah.
searched it up right now, and I searched up where is Slenderman's forest, and it says it's in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
All
right.
Yes.
We're not going to Wisconsin anymore.
I have another story. Just make it brief. So these three best friends, young girls, this is real. This happened real, like a few years ago, from Wisconsin, that there were actually a crime that occurred because of Slender Man. That this crime led two young best friends killing the third best friend by stabbing her 19 times in a forest because these like the girls believed that the Slender Man would have killed them instead. And the young girl who was stabbed 19 times survived, and the other two were incarcerated.
Wow.
And
How can
there's
you
so
how can
many.
you survive 19 stabs?
That's what we're all wondering. Is they're young. I forgot the ages, but they were, I think, younger than 14, 15.
Wow.
I think I heard this
Yeah.
story before, like a really
Yeah.
long time ago. But,
Yeah, it's
wow.
yeah, and I was like, oh my god! And I just listened to this on YouTube. A YouTuber that I watched that she does her makeup and talks about crime stories. She spoke about this one, and I was like, yes. And yeah, the girl was able to crawl out. I think because she wasn't. I don't know if she was. I mean, obviously she was bleeding out, but she still had the strength to pull herself and drag herself basically to the biker's path of the forest. So someone who was kind of running, biking, whatever it may be, would saw her and she survived.
That must have been very, very scary for whoever found her because imagine 19 times
19 stabs.
she
Yeah.
was like basically red without her
Yeah.
blood.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's-
And up to this day, they say that the two girls are still on that the Slender Man made them do it.
And this happened where in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, we're not going to Wisconsin.
Definitely not going to Wisconsin.
Not the foresty parts.
Yeah,
Well,
we're not hiking in Wisconsin.
What if he's in the downtown area and he's like shopping or
No,
no?
he's just
he's shopping
Oh, no.
around?
Oh yeah, today Slender Man, he helped me get the toilet paper all the way in the top.
oh
With
my
his
god.
long
Well, he
arms.
has long arms. He could reach. But anyway, Leslie, if you have nothing else to do, I don't know if you want to stick around because Eddie's gonna share one of his urban legends with us.
Well, we're all gonna
Ooh.
share an
We're,
urban legend.
we're actually gonna all share an urban legend. So if you don't have anything to do, I mean, if you want to stick around,
Sure. I love to hear everyone else's urban legends.
okay, cool. Today we're not gonna hang up on you. At least not yet.
Thank you.
At least not
Not
yet.
yet.
No. Well,
Sounds good.
you're more than welcome to stay to hear the urban legends that
Thank you.
that we all have to share.
Right.
Eddie,
Let's hear Eddie's.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Resurrection Mary
Where is this located?
in Chicago. Well, not Chicago, but
Ooh.
in Willow Springs.
So
Oh
what
my
about
God.
her?
In like the 1930s, this guy, I don't know his name, so I'm just gonna call him like Mary's date. He went to, I think it's O. Henry's ballroom. This one night to dance, and at the ballroom he saw Mary, and they danced through the whole night. That after the ballroom closed, that's when they left, and Mary gave the guy the date an address, so they started driving to it. And once they got to Resurrection Cemetery, Mary told her date to stop, and she just disappeared out of the car and vanished into the cemetery. So
Oh, wow.
so the guy, he was confused, so he just went home, fell asleep, and then the next morning he went to the address that was given to him, and it was an old lady that answered the door, and he asked where Mary was, and then the old lady was Mary's mother.
Oh.
And she said that Mary has been dead for 5 years.
right? So, the thing with that is that I know that that Mary she got ran over in Archer Avenue, and that's why she was always around that area. And yeah, I mean, whoever passed through there, either they saw her walking down the street, or she actually jumped in the car and they just saw her, and she would.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and Eddie's right. Every time the driver would pass through Resurrection Cemetery, in the main door, Mary would she would get off or disappear and walk through the iron gate.
Oh yeah.
Ah.
I also heard that you can apparently see the mark of her hands on the gate.
Yes,
Really?
that is true.
Yeah.
You
That
can
is
see
true.
them?
Yep. Well, actually, before you were able to see them because they stole the
piece.
piece where they say that she grabbed the iron from. They stole it. So if you go to the
Oh,
cemetery,
that makes sense. On the gate, there's always like that missing bar.
yes, there's a bar missing in the gate.
Yeah,
So
I do remember.
but there is
noticed that.
pictures. There is pictures if you go online and you look it up. There is pictures where you could see the actual piece of iron with Mary's marks, hand marks on the iron.
Yeah. And then the ballroom that was there, it burned down like 5 years ago, I think.
Yes, it did.
The original ballroom.
It did. Actually, today's 5 years in one day. To be
5
exact.
years.
Oh wow.
5 years in one day since it burned down.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh wow.
It's-
I
Day for
remember
Halloween.
what Eddie would say. I don't know if Crystal remembers this, but when we were younger, there used to be this game, call it that if you want, where you would turn off the lights and you would go in front of a mirror, and you would say her name like 3 times. You would say like Bloody Mary 3 times, and supposedly she would like appear. And it was a whole trend that everyone was doing, and we were young, we were like 6, 7 doing this. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. All right, I'm not gonna say it the 3rd time because I'm actually scared. What if she doesn't appear?
She's like, I have a
But-
mirror right in front of me.
I do. So, and that was a thing as well. I've also seen, videos, but you never know if they're faked or not. Of like, you see her walking, passing the cemetery. These individuals were in a car, and they see kind of like a ghostly figure walking, and then out of nowhere she disappears, and she ends up in the back of their car. In
Yeah,
the
that's how her story goes a lot, right? Or
Yeah.
her
Resurrection Mary?
sightings
And
go a
I'm like,
lot.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And Christina has another story.
ooh.
Yes, I know a legend of witches. Many years ago, witches stole from children.
Stole.
Stole the children who were not baptized.
Baptized.
Baptized, sorry. To suck their blood.
Oh my god.
To stay healthy, beautiful, and young.
Oh my god.
So like a
Yes.
vampire type of thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Ooh.
So how would it happen? Did it happen like the mom had? I mean, obviously a family had a young kid, a baby,
A baby, yeah.
and they would keep them in their crib, and the witch would come to the house and steal the
steal it?
baby.
Yes, actually, they need to put scissors and open it and a cross to make a
Scissors?
cross. Yeah, under the pillow,
Like a
of
cross?
the baby pillow, to be protected from the witches
Until they were
Oh my
baptized.
until they
God.
baptize. Yeah,
No, and that is actually kind of an urban legend, but it is true. It's a true kind of a story. It's a legend made out of a true story, right?
yeah.
Because
And that's actually movies about that. too.
that happened
that
a lot
legend.
in Mexico, but it happened more like in the not in the main cities, in the like in the little
Pueblitos.
in the little
The little
Little
ranch,
towns,
like
yeah.
the little
Yeah.
little villages.
Little
Exactly.
villages.
because they would take they would grab the babies and take them to the mountains,
Yeah.
and that's where they would suck the blood,
God.
right?
Yeah,
And they did that to maintain themselves beautiful.
yeah. And
So,
And young.
so kind of like a little hocus pocus type of thing where they would suck their souls out, like the movie. That's what the witches did. They would call a lullaby, and then the children, they would walk to the witches' homes, and they would literally suck their souls up to make them young.
Yeah.
That's
Something similar.
That is very interesting, and I'll assure you something that to today's date, that is still happening.
Really?
In the urban areas of Mexico, like
Oh my god.
Sierra
Children
and
are
all that,
still
yeah.
getting stolen and everything. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's scary.
Okay.
It is.
This is like a little comment to like your story, the urban legend. It kind of reminds me of a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
Which
It's-
one?
Tangled.
Oh my god. That's
Her
too
name
funny.
is Mother Gothel. She steals the royal baby, who is like supposedly like a miracle baby that was saved during childbirth, and she's assumed to be a witch. She steals the baby, takes her to her tower, and uses her to keep her young and like healthy. That's literally what the movie Tangled is about.
Oh wow.
Like the princess Rapunzel was stolen as a baby. But like that's like the
So
2010
it wasn't
version
the real mom?
it was the
Tangle's mom? It was.
she was stolen. Rapunzel was stolen by a witch. Mother Gothel, I believe that's her name.
Oh.
But yeah, and like that like reminds me of that Disney Channel story now.
Oh wow.
but then since it was Disney, there was no blood sucking.
There was no blood sucking. She used her magical powers through her hair or something like that, because Rapunzel had long hair. But
Yeah.
that's what I remembered.
So that's what your mom's story reminded
Reminded
you of.
of, yeah.
And what's your
I
story?
do. Sorry, before we switch, I do have a question. Do you wonder why then this is the reason why our parents baptized us at a young age
Yes.
so we don't get stolen by witches?
Well,
I mean,
we
that
could
goes
get
in
in-
with
Like, is it
to
tradition?
religion.
we could get into a long conversation about that.
I know, I didn't want to bring religion into this, but I was just like out of curiosity because you're saying babies, right? And
Yeah.
we're all baptized before the age of 3.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that don't get baptized till they're 20,
Yeah.
30.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the religion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
interesting.
Well, Crystal,
All right, Crystal.
give us your story.
Well, mine is a location, and I'm bringing this up because my first year of college, I used to always drive through this place.
Okay.
But when I was driving, I did not know what this location was. It's Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. It is a cemetery that have like gravestones that go up to like the 1800s, and it is near the forest preserves in Midlothian Turnpike, and that's like 143rd Street, like on there.
In Richland.
Yeah, I would always drive through there every single day, at night too.
Oh my god.
And it is known for its alleged ghost sightings. Like there are so many. I do not know them like every single story, or at least like all of them, but this site is often reported to have been a dumping ground for victims of Chicago's crime families of the 1920s and the 1930s, including Al Capone.
That is true. And,
Yeah.
and you know what, Crystal? Just to add to that, they say that if you go there at night or early morning, and that and if you're inside the cemetery, that far away you can see lights like lanterns, like because back in the days there used to be homes deep in the woods. Now those homes are not there no more, so there shouldn't be any lights or any lanterns. So there is no way, there's no houses, there's no way
So
there
it's
should
like
be.
a ghost house.
Yeah, so if you see those lights, you're seeing ghost lights.
Oh my
Really?
god.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I get
I
the
mean,
chills.
look it up online, and it'll tell you a little bit more about it. But that is what people see.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm just glad that when I would drive there, I did not know anything about that place.
Scary.
Because I took that route every single time when I was coming home from school. And in the winter, it's like dark by like 6. So I would come home till like maybe like 9 p.m. driving through there and like, oh no, by myself. Oh God, no.
Yep. Well, I went there. That was one of the first places where I went when for my other channel, Sobrenatural.
Mm-hmm.
And I went by myself.
Did you feel it
At night?
No, of course not.
Oh.
I'm not that brave. I'm gonna say it was like maybe 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but it's still, I mean, by yourself. I mean, just to walk in all the way towards where the
cemetery
gravestones are.
Uh-huh.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
Very spooky. And I made it all the way to the river where they used to dump the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, once I was out of there, I was thinking to myself, what did I just do?
You didn't like feel anything weird?
Of course. That's why I said, what did you do?
Oh.
What did you just do?
Why did I do that?
Yeah. So it's you feel
the presence,
energy. And I mean, just by knowing that haunted cemetery, I mean, that gives you the spooks, right?
Oh wow!
But I'm gonna share an urban legend from Mexico.
Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Anything from Mexico, I'm like, you're real.
Yeah.
There are a lot in Mexico.
Now,
I think everywhere.
in Mexico, in the early 1800s,
Oh no!
there was this one musician. He was a very, very well known musician that would like he had an orchestra. That's what you call it? Orchestra. He would had an orchestra, and he would play he would play for the presidents, for people that had money. I mean, for this big huge parties. And one day, a farmer came up to him and asked him that if he could play in his daughter's cotillion, quinceañera. And he refused. Because he said to his fellow musicians that they were better than that. That they would never play music for a farmer or anybody
Or
nobody
nobody.
that low.
Oh wow!
So he said even if the devil asked us himself, he wouldn't do it. So
What?
So one night, this man dressed in black with a black hat in a cave came to his house and told him that he wanted him to play for him because he was gonna have this huge party with a lot of famous people and everything, and that he wanted him to play for him, and he was gonna pay him anything that he wanted, all the gold that he asked for. It was gonna be a done deal. So the guy, the musician, he said, of course. I mean, he saw the guy. He was well dressed. He had a smoking or tuxedo, whatever they used back in the days, and he paid him with gold. And he's like, well, yeah, we'll do it. So the day came when they had to go play. So they went there. They went inside. They set up. It was a very big, huge mansion. They set up. And by the way, this happened in Durango, Mexico. So, and this is a true story, they say. So they set up their equipment and everything. And they were playing and people were dancing and dancing and dancing. But then they took a break. It came to the time where they wanted to take a break because they got hungry and they were going to go and look for food. So he was going to go and look for food, and he was walking in between people, and he ran into one of his relatives, and the musician asked the lady that what was she doing there, that that it was a party, and I haven't seen you in years. How you been? And then the lady was like, well, I've been good, but how have you been? Because I didn't know that you were already going to join us. And then he was like, what do you mean? yeah, because don't tell me that you don't know. And the guy was like, know what? Well, if I was you, I would grab your stuff and leave now because everybody that's here is dead. We're all dead,
wow.
and we're here in limbo because we were all bad. So their punishment was that they had to dance and dance and dance and dance and laugh, and then they would turn into skulls. So as as he was walking, they started to turn into skulls, and the guy got freaked out. But then he turned back, and he saw the guy that actually hired him, and that was the devil.
Oh wow.
So
What a twist.
yeah, so he was the devil. So he grabbed off his stuff, and they left all scared and everything. But there was one issue. They forgot a violin. So the next day, they went and picked it up, but they didn't find the house. They found like a old building, full of spider webs and dust and everything falling apart. They went inside. Everything was like old and creepy. The violin was there. The violin was there in the couch where they left it. So they grabbed it and they left. And then after that, he just got sick. It started to fall till he died. Because it was he just lost it, because it was they actually played for the devil. Yeah.
That is
That's crazy.
insane.
Wow.
I was so intrigued every second of that story.
Oh my god.
And I could go on and on and on and on and on and on forever, but I don't want to tell you all my good stories today.
I know you have a lot.
Not today.
I have a lot.
Like, what a cliffhanger.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god. I am, when he started saying that they were dancing all night long until they become skulls, it brought me to the scene of Hocus Pocus.
Oh
Again.
yeah.
Again.
Yes, again, a lot of references.
Maybe
The
that's where they got
witches-
the story from.
Yeah, the witches put a spell on everyone at the party.
Yeah.
And dance until you basically die.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And without everyone's dancing and dancing and dancing, and they're not listening to anyone else but the music.
Right.
And that's what I envisioned.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah.
Leslie. Well, let me get Alexis on the call. Let me see if I could
Do a three-way.
do a three-way so we don't have to hang up on you. Just hold on tight. Give me a second. Let me see if I can do this.
Oh my god, isn't that crazy? Like, you always think about like how Disney movies have dark pasts.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of Disney movies that I love are probably based on urban legends that are actually very, very dark. It's kind of scary.
That's true. And scary.
Hello.
Hello,
Alexis.
Hello.
Welcome,
hi, hello.
welcome again to the Popcorn Clash. And guess what? We got a surprise for you.
Oh, I don't know if I want to know.
Guess who is on the line?
I don't know if I want to know.
Say hello.
Hello. It's your favorite person.
It's Leslie.
It's Leslie.
I don't know who that is. I'm just kidding.
So in this podcast, we did it a little bit different. We're talking about urban legends, fears, and phobias. And we decided to keep Leslie on the line because we wanted to call you. And I know that you have a few stories to share.
And phobia.
And phobias.
Let's start with your phobia.
Yeah. So tell us your phobias, Alexis.
I don't really have one except one that everybody really already knows.
Well, not everybody because nobody has heard you. So share with us.
Well, if you didn't know, I have a phobia of clowns because of my parents.
You guys traumatized her.
Blame it on your parents.
Hey, an 8-year-old is not old enough for Fright Fest.
Oh my god. We didn't know, Alexis.
Like, what are your
No, but
feelings towards
it was
clowns? Like, what are your feelings towards clowns? Like, what is it about them?
Like, why do they have to look like that? Like,
You
They
calling
look
them
like
ugly?
funny.
like their
Happy.
face.
They use makeup to look pretty.
Well, they use too much. Like, too much makeup. The hair, like, why do you have to change your hair? Why do you have to be so annoying? Like, yeah, no, everything about even the nice clowns. Those are the worst.
Wait, so you hate the nice clowns too?
So you hate Cepillín?
Yes.
Oh my god, Alexis.
Well, like, not that, like, nothing personal or anything.
She's just traumatized, you know.
just the way that if I like turn around or like don't want to be by a clown or don't want nothing to like just leave me alone, they'll come more at me. Like, why?
They smell you fear.
Which is why I'd rather just stay away. Like, if you know I'm scared, why are you gonna try to come and make me more scared? Like, come on.
Aw.
So
Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I remember for a birthday party, our uncle dresses up as a clown. He can do a simple nose, hair, and face makeup. And I remember he asked us once, "Is Alexa still afraid of clowns?" And we're like, "Yep." Okay, well, she's gonna have to sit in the living room because the clown's
Yeah.
coming. And I remember we all had to block her, and he's like, "It doesn't," but she knows it's me, right? And I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It could be her own parents, and she'll still be afraid."
It's just I know who you are behind there, but it's like, can you take it off?
yeah, because I remember back in the days that your dear Nancy used to dress up like clowns for the birthday parties. Remember that back in
Yeah.
Kaminsky?
Mm-hmm.
She did it a few times, right?
Yeah.
But that was
For the
before
kids.
she was
For the kids.
traumatized.
No, but once again, Alexis would cry when they were singing her
Even
happy
then,
birthday.
I would never interact. I would be like, get away from me, get away from me.
Oh.
And
Yeah, no.
so that's your phobia.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not afraid of anything else. Like maybe bugs, but like I wouldn't say phobia. Like I can kill it. I won't have to like run away and not kill it. I have to know it's dead.
That's me. I run away.
Well, yeah, that does sound like your dad and Crystal.
And me. With the mice.
And Christina with the mice. What about what about that one story that or that thing that happened to you when you were in your room back in Normandy?
Sleep paralysis.
Normandy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was scary. What happened was this was the first time I ever experienced sleep paralysis, and if you've never experienced it, wow, you are lucky because it is the most scariest feeling ever.
Really?
You literally, well, they say sleep paralysis is when your body is still in sleep mode, but your mind's awake, and your body can catch up right away with your mind. So what happens is you can move your eyes, you can open your eyes, you can move your eyes, but like that's it. Like nothing else is like
You're
working
paralyzed.
with you. Yeah, like it literally feels like you're paralyzed, and it feels like there's a weight on your chest. And in some cases, some people experience like a dark shadow or a dark figure like during sleep paralysis, and that happened to me.
my
And
God.
I didn't even know what sleep paralysis was at this point, so I literally thought I was about to get possessed.
Oh my
And
god.
I was so scared because I couldn't talk. Like in my head, like I was trying so hard with everything I had in me to yell, scream, talk, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. Like I felt like there was so much pressure on my chest. And then finally I felt like I went like like I caught my breath, and then I just grabbed my cover and I ran to my sister's room and I just started crying because I literally thought I was about to get possessed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when she ran into my bed, like I was in the middle of sleep. It was like 3 a.m. I think, or something like that. And she jumps in my bed. I'm freaked out because I'm like, what the heck is she doing in here? And then she just starts sobbing and sobbing. And I'm just like, oh my God, what happened?
And this happened how long ago?
Oh, I don't know. So maybe 5 years ago ish.
So she was 20.
Yeah, probably, maybe
Maybe
a little younger.
Yeah, because I was still in high school.
That's scary.
And yeah, I think Eddie was little too. really little.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, wasn't that the phase when like Eddie was also sleepwalking?
Yes.
Oh.
It was around the same time. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I remember those stories, and I was like,
I forgot about that actually. Eddie, do you
Yeah.
remember that?
He caught
Sleepwalking?
me. He
Yeah.
caught me
No.
once. One time, I heard Eddie walk into my room, and I was about to go yell at him because he was still awake and he had to go to sleep already. And I went to his room to go yell at him, and he was dead asleep, no sound. I was like, shut up, shut up! Oh my god, Eddie! I like made him moving him. No, dead asleep. But I swear to God on everything, I heard him like playing around, like trying to scare me, like in the through the hallway that we had. Yeah.
Oh
And
my god.
so to this point, I don't know if he was sleepwalking or if it was something else, but I swear I heard it.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
god. That's wow. I don't think I've ever caught Eddie sleepwalking, but I remember like you telling us that you would hear noises and you would just tell him like it didn't happen more than once where you told him go back to sleep or something because you knew he was sleepwalking because it happened before. Or
I
something
don't know.
like
I don't
that.
remember, but I know it was more than one time. I just don't remember specifically remember what
It-
what situation it was.
And I think there was also one time where you said that I just like opened your door, stared at you, and it went back to my room.
What?
Really?
I think that was the case, yeah. But
Yeah,
like I thought you were playing around. Like I didn't think anything of it until I think I went to your room again to be like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you still awake? And then again, you were knocked out, like dead asleep.
yeah.
my
I remember
God.
you mentioned that once. I don't know if it was like that same night or you said that he screamed once. I think that I don't know if he sat up or he walked and opened your door and he screamed, and then you were scared, and then that when you went to check on him, he was sleeping.
Yeah, I
Oh yeah,
remember the time too.
that time I waited like a while because he really scared me that time. So I waited like 5 minutes before I went to go check.
You know what?
Yeah.
Now that you bring that up, a couple of nights ago,
Oh no.
we were sleeping. It was maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning, and
I
then
think this was Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Wednesday night we were sleeping, and I mean suddenly I heard a knock on the door, like tack tack, like normally Crystal and Eddie knock on the door. So I opened up my eyes and I said, "Come in," but I didn't even say who is it or anything like that. Just like come in. Then I was
No.
I was expecting Eddie or Crystal to come in, and nobody came in.
Well, something else.
Why you
that
say
was
come
in the
in?
uniform went in.
Well, that's what Eddie said.
You should
I
say
said you invited a spirit in your room.
Right?
you should say what do you want?
Well, how was I supposed to know it wasn't you or Eddie?
Well, that's what you usually tell us.
What do you want?
I didn't hear anything.
Every single time he's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah. Next time say what do you want?
Yeah, but it was like 3 o'clock, like 3:15 around there.
Oh my
In the
god.
morning.
You didn't get scared?
No, I fell asleep again. I was tired.
Oh, wow.
At that point, scared wasn't on his mind. He's just like, what do these kids want?
Yeah, what do you want? And I was just like, come in. But no, then I waited. I waited like, okay, nobody's coming in. I'm like, uh-oh.
God.
Uh-oh.
Next morning you woke up and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't get up or anything. I just
Maybe you dream it.
I was.
I didn't hear
I could
anything.
swear. I could swear that I wasn't dreaming.
Are you sure it was on the door? What if I might have hit my arm on my bed frame?
No, but he said it was like
it was
like a knock.
It was a knock like this.
Like for him to wake up and hear
Really?
it.
Yeah, like a constant
Yeah.
knock.
Yeah,
like,
it was a knock like that. So even if you hit your head or your arm against our wall because you're right next to us, it wouldn't sound like a knock.
Mm-hmm.
It would.
Yeah,
it
It
would
would just like sound like a bang.
yeah,
but,
like a
that's
bang.
it.
Yeah.
There was something similar to that. I don't know, man. This week has been wacky, I guess, for the fathers. Because my mother was telling me that the other night this week, my dad heard a knock on the door, like on our backyard door. They sleep in the basement, and you can hear, like, everything in our house you can hear in one room or another. And they heard the back door. They heard us coming in, and they heard our footsteps. But my mother said that she heard knocking. And my dad heard knocking, and my dad was already sleeping. And he woke up and he said, "Oh, the kids are knocking." And my mom's like, "No, they're all here. Like they're upstairs. Like they're in the room. I can hear them." He was like, "Oh, are you sure?" And my mom asked me the next day to confirm with me. And I was like, yeah, me and my brother's girlfriend were like, we were in the living room and Christian went out through the front door, but no one knocked once.
So
But
they
for
heard a knock, but you didn't hear a knock?
No, like, yeah, like my dad heard it, not my mom. Like my dad distinctively heard knocking on the back door. And that's when my mom's like, for your dad to hear a knock, your dad's a heavy sleeper. So
So they wanted specifically for him to hear it. That's scary.
that's scary. Also, another instinct, just to connect it to my godfather and saying come in. There was this one instance that my family and I were having dinner, and the way that my dinner table is facing, you can face the living room and the kitchen. And my mom was facing the kitchen. And out of nowhere, she looks up and she says, come in.
What?
And I looked at her and I looked at the kitchen. Everyone's sitting. No one knocked. Nothing.
And what did she say then?
I was like, who are you talking to? She's like, someone's standing at the doorway and they're waiting for me to let them in. So I said, come in. And I'm like, girl, who are you letting in my house?
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. And your mom was awake?
It was during
They were
the
all
day
having
in the
dinner.
kitchen. I mean,
We were having dinner.
dinner time.
And
What?
she said that she saw somebody in the kitchen?
Yeah, like she just saw them hanging there, like waiting, and they were waiting for her to say, "Come in."
And why did she say come in? She invited the ghost into the wedding?
Yes,
Say
right. Like, come in.
you.
Like
Maybe that's
I was
You
asleep.
say come in.
I was asleep. That doesn't count.
that was no. This one instance happened months ago, like maybe a year
wow.
ago.
She
a
should
while
have
ago,
said.
but she said it because it threw me off, and I was like, "Honey,
Of
we're all
course,
here.
yeah.
Who
Yeah.
are you talking to? Like
Why-
we're all
why-
Oh, the
sitting."
candle turned off.
Why would she invite her? Like, no. Like,
I don't
say,
know. If you know my
leave,
mom, she has like
goodbye.
I believe she has a sixth sense of good spiritual stuff. If she sends something bad, she kind of knows her way to maneuver out of it. But I believe my mom has a sixth sense of
Yeah.
that spiritual
I
world.
believe so too.
So for her to say
Yeah.
that really threw me off. I was like,
Mhm.
girl, I'm praying tonight.
Well, now that you mentioned that, I remember that your mom and your dad, they had a kind of a paranormal activity in the house in St. Louis when they used to live there, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what happened there? I kind of remember what they told me, but I don't remember what they told me.
I think we heard it at the same time, if I'm being honest. Was my dad asleep? Did he go under sleep paralysis?
It was something was going on in that house. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to ask your mom and your dad about it.
Yeah, I definitely will too.
But there was something that happened in that place, not once, but a few times. I just don't know. I just don't have the story straight, so I don't wanna give false information. But
I
there
need
is
to hear that
something.
story.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, it's because my parents don't share stories. Sometimes the family has to all be together, and then they start spilling stories, and I'm like, huh, so you went through it, but you didn't tell us. So it's kind of like, yeah, I remember them saying that whole building always gave me an eerie feeling, even when I was younger. Never liked it, so yeah, no. But I'll ask them. I'll definitely ask them and get back to you.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a interesting story because I know that a lot of different things happen in that place.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
All right,
That's
well,
scary.
Alexis, is there anything else you want to share with us?
Her urban legend.
Oh, what's an urban legend?
Oh my
You don't know what an
God.
urban
A
legend is?
legend.
Oh my.
Alexis, you're like the biggest person on conspiracy
La
theories. And
Llorona.
then when it comes to like urban legends, you're like, what is that?
Like something that's not proven true, or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
like
yes.
a ghost story, rumors or something like that.
Like, do you remember anything that you're just like it's spoken about, but nothing was ever proven?
Like how there's Resurrection Mary.
Llorona, Bachelor Scroll.
Slender Man.
Does Bigfoot count?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bigfoot does count,
For
actually.
real? Well, I don't know. I actually don't really know a lot about Bigfoot. I just know he's an urban legend.
Oh,
So that's
nice story.
That's a no on urban legends from Alexis.
I mean, the only one I know is the Resurrection Mary one, but I feel like Everybody knows that one, you know.
Yeah, Eddie told us that story.
Yeah, it was kind of a spooky.
Ooh. Yeah, other than that, urban legends are other than like La Llorona, obviously. I'm not a big fan, like to dig deep for them.
Ooh, okay.
It was never. I like what's the word? I don't know the word for it, but I'd rather know that it's facts and just be like, ooh, you know, maybe or maybe not. It's true, you know, like what? Like, is it true or is it not true? Like,
Well, I prefer
okay.
to believe it's not true and it's just facts. I don't want to find out.
I don't want to find out that Resurrection Mary is real.
Imagine I drive through there a lot.
well, my
Yeah.
boyfriend claims that he saw her.
What?
Did he ask you for her number? Or?
No, it was like 3 a.m. He said he was coming back from like a teen club, and he was with his cousin, and he said that he saw a woman in a white dress. She was like glowing. He said,
Yep.
and she was carrying something. I don't know what it was. She was carrying like a jacket or something. I don't know what she was carrying, but she had her hand out.
Isn't it that she carried her shoes when she walked?
She carries her shoes, yes.
Yeah, so maybe it was that, because he said that he passed by too fast, or like he saw it, but like it didn't like
Register.
yeah, like he was like, whoa, did I just see what I saw? And then him and his cousin said that they went back and that they didn't see anything anymore. So
Wow.
Now, why would they go back? haven't they seen they seen those movies where you never go back?
Or you never check out the noise that was made?
Yeah, you never go up the stairs or down to the basement.
Like they say, curiosity killed the cat.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I'm never curious.
Yep. I will definitely.
shucks.
I wouldn't do anything like that.
One last thing with connection to Alexa's sleep paralysis. My brother actually had an experience with that.
Right.
And it was even scarier because I was sleeping in the same room as him and I didn't know what was happening. So imagine that.
you didn't even wake him up?
No, because that's the scary part. We were younger and we had bunk beds. So he slept on the top bunk and I slept on the bottom bunk. And I woke up and all. But the way that his sleep paralysis happened was that he was facing the wall. So his back was facing,
The ceiling?
the room. So like sorry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, so his face was facing the window and his back was facing the other side of the room. So what I saw was his back. And what he says is sleep paralysis happened where he just felt something heavy on his body and his eyes were moving. But he couldn't scream, he couldn't talk or anything.
Oh wow.
And imagine that, dude. Like, you hear me in the room, but like you can't move to call for help.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's scary. Like, you don't know until it happens to you, and
No.
it's so weird though, because it's just like your brain not syncing in with your body at the same time. Like, it's so weird, but like there's people that suffer from sleep paralysis like every night.
Yeah.
That's the scary part, because until you witness it, you don't know how scary it actually feels.
Yeah.
And this happened to you, Edgar, too, right?
Actually, I have a very spooky one. This is what happened. This is what happened to me. We were sleeping. In the middle of the night. I was sleeping sideways, facing the wall. Well, you see our room. It has we have the bed in the middle, and I was facing the wall, and suddenly I open my eyes and I see this lady standing right next to my bed with a white dress, black hair.
White?
Yeah, white dress, black hair, and I couldn't see her face. I couldn't see her face, and I don't know if that was sleep paralysis or that was just a witch that came to say hello. Or what?
God.
When did this happen?
This happened
2 months ago.
like 2 months ago, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like 2 months ago. So something that was weird is that I wasn't scared. I was pissed off that I couldn't move or anything, but I wasn't scared because I know that
If you don't show fear,
I was trying to scream. I was trying to scream, and I was trying to move Christina, but you know her. She sleeps and she sleeps. So
Wait, so you were able to move?
I was able to move after the fact.
After she was gone.
After she was gone, but I was actually like sideways. Normally, sleep paralysis happens when you're like kind of
laying on your back.
Yeah, laying on your back. That's how it happened the first time. It's happened like 3 or 4 times to me, but this one was different because I actually saw a person. I couldn't see her face, but I know it was a woman. But that woman was standing right next to the bed.
Oh my god!
Just staring at me.
I got the chills.
And I told Christina about it, and she's like, "You crazy?" I wasn't crazy. I know what I saw. So
they do say,
I've never heard of somebody like have sleep paralysis and see white figures. Everybody always says black.
Yeah.
Well, this one was white. You know how it looked? Like The Grudge.
Oh no!
Oh, you're not scared.
No, I wasn't scared. I freaked out a little bit, but not scared. And then because I woke up and I told Christina, "Why didn't you wake me up?" I was cursing. I was cursing this ghost.
I didn't hear anything.
And it just disappeared. Went away, and it hasn't come back. Hopefully, it wasn't the one that was knocking last time.
Oh no!
That would really suck.
That's what they do.
Don't say come in again.
Supposedly, I mean, I'm no expert, right? But supposedly they say that when that happens, sleep paralysis, and you see a figure, they do say that a lot of the times they come out from like the bathroom or they're walking towards the bathroom. But like the way to like get rid of them is by cursing.
Well, I was cursing a lot, so yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's why every time something paranormal, even paranormal, if I have like a paranormal dream or something, like I've heard to tell them to leave you alone and to just start cursing at them, and they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
Kind of like show them no fear, no weakness type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what happened to me. Yep. And that was the last one, and hopefully I don't get another one anytime soon because it's gonna really suck.
You've had several.
I have several, yeah. So that's why I got used to it already.
Oh my god, no, that's a no for me.
Yeah. So if it ever happens to you guys, don't get scared. Nothing happens. You just freak out a little bit.
I'm sleeping with the lights on tonight.
I'm gonna sleep on my belly tonight.
I'm asleep watching a happy movie.
The Flintstones.
You get sleep paralysis on your belly. I haven't had sleep paralysis on my belly, but it's worse because your face is against the pillow and you can't even turn or look or nothing.
Oh my god. Okay, stop. I'm gonna pray.
So should I like sit down and sleep nowadays? Like, I'm gonna overthink my sleeping positions.
Right.
Yep. So, but anyways, I know that in this time of the year, especially October 31st, right around the corner, there's a lot of things going on all over the world, not only here. So hopefully they stay busy elsewhere, not here.
Right.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
God.
So, but anyways, that's my story.
Same.
All right.
Wow,
Well,
that's so spooky.
well,
Yes, it is.
if there's any other stories that you girls want to share, I guess that's where we're gonna leave this podcast. I think that we could all say goodbye without hanging the phone, right? Because I mean, we're basically an hour and 15 minutes almost, and it you can't even tell
it,
because
yeah.
the conversation is so interesting.
So
That-
interesting, yeah.
People that actually listen to this podcast tells me that it's interesting. It's interesting because there's a lot of people involved. Eddie's involved. Christina.
Different generations.
Different generations, and it's a very
perspectives.
interesting podcast. Right now, we've been talking about spooky stuff because of the season, but eventually we're going to be talking about a lot of other stuff,
different topics and
different
everything,
topics. But yeah. And before we close it off, Crystal, do you want to share our social media?
Yes. We are on Instagram and Twitter, YouTube as The Popcorn Clash, and we are on a lot of streaming services that are available. And if you want to reach out, tell us a story or anything, find us on Twitter and Instagram and share with us.
or if there's any topics that you guys want us to talk about, just let us know, and we'll definitely get the round table together, and we'll make it work.
Yeah, TikTok.
Right now, Alexis, your last words before we let you go.
I will always be afraid of clowns because of you guys.
Oh my god.
Those are nice words. Leslie,
Yes.
last words.
Have a spooky holiday, but make smart choices and don't drink and drive.
Stay safe.
Yes.
Eddie,
Eat a lot of candy.
Yes.
last words.
Eddie can never rely on him to
It's-
think on the spot.
Crickets. Crickets.
It's always me. I never know what to say.
All right, we'll get back. We'll
it's okay.
we'll get back to Eddie. Crystal,
I already said my last words. Follow us on social media.
Christina,
Be safe and have a happy Halloween.
Eddie.
Boo.
Okay.
And Edgar.
All right, and let me tell you my thing.
Always.
Have a very, very, very happy Halloween. Stay safe. Please, 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 parents, check the candy for your kids before they start eating them. Make sure they cross the roads
Safely.
on the corners on the street. Don't cross the street just because, or in the middle of the street. Be very, very safe out there, and I guess we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
Eddie,
Bye bye.
What?
where's my costume?
Upstairs in the closet.
Go get it. 'Cause I'm afraid.
Okay.
Gonna need some batteries for that.
What? 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 What?
Harry's not included.